exactly how it's passed on and contracted. That doesn't even make sense.
I don't think it can be passed on.
How it is, can I just say how it's contracted? I feel like that's not high enough.
Okay. Okay, I wonder if it has to do with how. I think,
Yeah, I want to.
can you get rid of that structure? Do you have to use that same structure? Can you do something else?
The many different ways HIV is contracted.
Okay.
The multitude of ways.
Okay, the multitude of possibilities of how,
Of contraction.
of contraction.
Okay. Okay. What about the immune system?
I said more specifically the immune system.
Other ideas from the group? Anybody have other ideas?
Maybe just like start off with like the first topic of discussion or something like
I like that.
First topic of discussion.
first.
I would like to open this presentation with,
Discussion with talking about AIDS.
That's
I feel like talking about it.
Talking about does lower it. Good catch. Good catch. You're right.
I'm here today to discuss the disease known as HIV. More specifically, the immune system and how HIV is contracted.
I'll take that. But a good idea, so one of the things you just did, which is a really helpful thing to have, is when someone's opening a topic and they're saying, here's the first thing I'm going to talk about, or here's what I want to start with, there are ways in English that we already know how to do that, right? And Rachel gave you one, and Alex gave you one, and you came up with another one, and we already know how to do that in multiple ways, and if you have those, if you've taken them from back here and put them up here, and they're at the ready when it's time to interpret, and you can pull them out. So that, what are ways that we introduce topics? Say some more for me.
Firstly,
to kick us off.
To kick us off,
to start with,
to start with,
I'm here today to talk about.
I'm here to talk about, what was yours, Rachel?
the first topic of discussion.
The first topic of discussion is,
First things first.
first things first.
Now,
Open.
Good, good, okay. You already know all those. All right.
So I'm going to talk about
Sophia.
HIV and your immune system and how HIV can get in your body.
Good, good,
I'm good at low register.
good job.
That's really bad.
See the fancy numbers?
Yeah, why? That's weird.
this is regular. I'm going to explain about T cells and how that's related to HIV. How T cells, what, I missed the
C4.
C4 cells. I didn't see the word. White blood cells?
I thought they were all.
How they're all related?
No, let's watch that part again.
wanna discuss the how white cells have 3 different names, but they're all really the same thing? Or they're all
Yes, that is what she's talking about.
synonymous?
With these, good word choice. Yeah, yeah, that's what she's saying. So it's not, the only part that's hard here, I think, now that you've got the point, is figuring out how to transition into this, because she's not saying, I wanna discuss
Yeah,
that,
like-
because she's actually done now.
I
It's
don't
not a, what is it though? What is that? When someone starts
When I
talking
will
about that.
refer, like when talking about these things, I would always say like this or this.
Yeah, so it's a quick, before I start, I've said that this is my topic, before I start,
I want you to know.
In the course of this interview, in the course of this presentation, white blood cells will mean.
there are all sorts of ways to do it, but you wanna be careful not to make it sound like a topic. Make sure that it's clear that this is a brief note about terminology. Now I'm gonna talk about my topics, that's all.
But how do you?
I don't know, how do you do that? People do that in English, how do they do it?
Before we get started, so I'll let you know.
Yep.
I think that happened in our test last
Yeah.
time.
Before we get started, I'd like to clarify that we may be using the term white blood cell, but really, and typically it has 3 different names, but they're all synonymous for the white blood cell.
Okay, good. Nice job. You probably wanna say what they are.
T cells, C4, T4. And white blood cells, is that what you're on?
Good, so synonymous is nice. What's another high register way to say that? Equivalent?
Of just that word.
Interchangeable?
They're interchangeable. These terms are interchangeable. Good. That's nice. Okay, good. Okay, now,
I have a hard time with
Jump
what.
in, we'll go
You know how people have different nicknames? Well, white blood cells have a lot of different names.
okay. Go ahead.
Does that make sense?
What are they?
They can be called T cells, T4 cells, and white blood cells. Make sure you remember those.
Why do you have a little?
I
I don't know where that came from.
Make sure you register.
That or
Low
redneck.
It's telling, yeah, it's telling that when people take on lower register, they adopt a particular persona at the same
I
time.
have like hillbilly.
And I'm very interested in that, what that tells me about your brain. Okay, so,
Revert to my 8-year-old.
okay, alright, I feel like I could write a paper about that.
I know, that is funny because you
Mhm.
choose like that.
Master speech.
Who do we naturally think speaks the word?
Right,
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, that's interesting, isn't it?
Best friend.
Okay. Piper.
What is that?
Kill, she's initializing a sign for kill.
Maybe I don't understand.
Okay, we'll kill again.
What the white blood cells do.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, if I watch one more time now that concentrate.
What was this?
Yeah, she did.
Work.
Work.
Oh, it looked like a T.
Yeah. 'Cause she,
I think it's work, let me see.
It was like a 1 and a T.
yeah, I know, it was like a weird.
if germs enter into the body, it's the white blood cells' job to kill them. Okay. Yeah,
That's pretty low.
I don't think it's low, I think that's
Okay.
middle.
Right.
It seems middle to me.
Okay. So that lexical here. Okay, so. What's another word for germs? There's
I don't know that you need another word for
no,
germs.
okay, cause she finger spelled it, so that's okay.
I'll take germs.
Okay.
Or
As germs make their way through the body's systems, oftentimes white blood cells take on the responsibility of eliminating them, the germs, eliminating the germs.
Okay, that's a good try. I think that's a good try. It's hard. I think one of the things that's hard is this is so topic specific that if you don't have the vocabulary to talk about the immune system and you're like, I don't know how do biologists talk about that, then that makes it even harder because it's not an everyday topic. So I think that was a nice effort there. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's good, that's good. So how do we talk about the immune system?
What are something about antibodies or something like
She did not say anything about antibodies.
No, I said, yeah,
Isn't that what?
She said foreign
Yeah, it was foreign cells.
cells,
Substance.
foreign substances. So what do we say? The immune system does what? If you had to describe what the immune system does, what?
It protects the body from invading cells.
Okay, so it protects or it defends. And so one of the things you can do is, even though she's signing this, you could say, well, I don't have to use a lexical equivalent for this. I could use its opposite, which is that they mean the same thing, right? So to kill off germs means the same thing as it protects the body from invading
And
cells.
monitors,
Mhm.
I have a whole sentence.
That's what this is, the monitoring, right? Yeah, so remember that you're allowed to be more flexible that way. But good, no, that was good. Okay, low.
I thought it was low already.
Oh, you did? It was low, I guess it was low enough because you said job. Say it again for me, please. When germs
Enter into the body, it's the white blood cells' job to kill them.
Okay, what about enter into?
Get into.
Get into.
All the stuff.
When the icky stuff gets in, they kill it.
Okay.
Good job. There's bad stuff. The white blood cells become the superhero and take them.
So how would you transition from the last thing to this thing? So remember we just said, before we get started, please note that there are 3 terms that are used interchangeably, blah, blah, blah. My term of choice is white cell.
Could you say white cells, also known as T4 T cell?